One day, I found my daughter on the bathroom floor with a box of Band-Aids. As she turned to look at me, I saw on her face an expression that I would describe as slight distress. In looking further, I discovered that she had a large gash on her leg that was bleeding quite heavily, and I realized that I had misinterpreted the situation because I didn't accurately understand the expression on her face. Have you ever had experience with this? Have you ever saw someone's expression and thought to yourself, "Oh, I know exactly how they feel"? Well, according to research, you may or may not be correct. My name is Shelly, and I will be talking about the topic of facial cues as covered in Chapter 2 of our text. Specifically, I will be speaking about our ability to accurately decode emotion from facial expressions of others. The idea that I want to expand upon is that our ability to do this accurately is influenced by our own characteristics and our own experiences. I will do this by discussing an article published in 2011, the hypothesis and research within those articles, and how I can apply this to my own interpersonal relationships. The article I studied was called "The Influence of Family Expressiveness, Individuals' Own Emotionality, and Self-Expressiveness on Perceptions of Others' Facial Expressions" by Halbert, Dennis, and Heck. The researchers specifically studied three characteristics: family expressiveness, self-expressiveness, and emotionality, and their effect on our ability to accurately decipher emotions from facial expressions. They found in their research that their hypothesis was partially incorrect and partially correct. They predicted that low levels of family expressiveness would help people more accurately decipher emotion from facial expressions, but it would cause them to overestimate the intensity of these emotions. They also predicted that self-expression would be directly related with someone's ability to interpret facial expressions and their intensity, and that emotionality would be related to someone's ability to positively interpret the intensity of these emotions. The results that they found were that low levels of family expressiveness, as predicted, did have people that had a better chance of accurately predicting the emotions, perceiving the emotions from a facial expression. But the opposite was true in that families with a high level of expressiveness were able to overestimate the intensity of these emotions. They found that people with a natural ability to be self-expressive were able to most accurately interpret the emotion from expressions, and that emotionality was indeed positively related to the ability to interpret the intensity of these emotions. So, a person who is naturally self-expressive and came from a family with low family expressiveness and has an average ability of emotionality would be the most likely to accurately describe the emotions from facial expressions. In my life, my perception and of people's facial expressions is definitely influenced by my characteristics and my experiences, and I need to remember this in my interpersonal relationships, specifically from my husband, who comes from a family who has a different level of family expressiveness than my own. I need to remember that just because I see an expression on his face doesn't mean I understand how he feels. The information that I've learned I'm already using in my life, and that I am less quick to judge someone's emotions by the look on their face. Thus, our ability to accurately interpret someone's feelings from looking at their face and their expression is influenced by our own characteristics and our own experiences. Today, I discussed the evidence of the characteristics of family expressiveness, self-expressiveness, and emotionality, and their impact on our ability to accurately describe and perceive facial expressions. I hope you can find this information useful in your own interpersonal relationships, and that we can remember that we're not necessarily always correct in our ability to understand, and that sometimes we can take into consideration the differences in culture and experiences and characteristics in our own interpersonal systems. Thank you.